Okay, continue our analysis. As we were discussing this, we are in the midst of forming a fourth wave. Either this is our triangulated 4, or this is a triangle forming a B coming down to getting a C on the 4. I believe both are valid counts, and we would have to wait and see how this plays out. If we come in closer and take a look, if you say this was an A, it's possible that this we're trying to form the B before we go down, and that's where we have to wait and see how the action is going to be forming, right around where we are, or just 150 pips away. But if we count A, B, C, D, E, that terminates into our B formation, or if the alternate count is valid, we have an A, B, C, D, E, and we should have been going up extremely fast. I don't see that happening, and because of the action that I'm seeing in the yen, I believe that alternative counts are valid here, and we should be very careful and wait for confirmations before we dive into this pair if you're not already involved. If you are involved and you have a bullish count, or you have bought this to go up, you have definite cutoff points where you should be very aware of. 95, 0.808 is one of those points where if it does go below this, you have to be careful. I'm not saying that would be the end of it, because there could be other formations forming where this could be an A, B, C to a B, and then forming a C and so on. So there are different counts that may be valid at this point that you should be extremely aware of. But if you go on our primary count, you have formed an A and you're forming a B. So the B is A, B, C, D. And if we zoom in, you will see this better and how the triangulation is forming within this triangle. Because in a sideways triangle like this, each time, as you would see, let's go back a little bit, you would see that the actually, let's go take a look at our website and talk about these triangles, where this is a contracting triangle. So as you see in A, B, C, D, E, or ours is an A, B, C, D, E, and then we should be going down. So in each one of these, the fractal portion of it subdivides into 3 waves each time. So going back to our chart, you would see very defined patterns forming, validating our point. And in this last run, we formed a D and we've made an A, B, and we're about to form a C here. I believe we formed the A of the C, A of the B of the C here. So we're going to do an A, B, and then come up and get our C to complete this pattern, to complete the B and then go down. However, we would really have to wait and make sure momentum and everything else is on our side. You see divergence is forming here. You compare these highs, and you see at each point the MACDs and the stochastics will show you divergence. And going closer to the hourly, there's different patterns happening. So we have we're trying to form this B formation here before we go back up, and I believe the way we're doing it is through an A, B, C to this B, like that. So this is the pattern that we're working on. We formed the A, we're going to come back and form the B to go down to the C. Let's move right on to the Swissy. If we look at the weekly, we are based on this count. We have done a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've completed this fifth wave, and now we're working on a bullish run up. And unless the alternate account, you go with the alternate account, and you have an this would be the fourth wave going down. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 going down further. We would have to again wait and see how these formations are forming. With any Elliott wave, you need confirmations and the crowd to tell you which way the currency goes. Elliott wave is a great roadmap, but it's not the 100% definite end of all that you can rely on completely and say, I'm going to bet the rest of my life on. All of these are just tools for us to be able to be more selective and more accurate with our trading. Combine that with Fibonacci, our indicators, we should have a good roadmap as to where things end and move on from here. So coming back to the Swissy, you'll see that we formed the fifth wave, and we've done a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to a 1. We're coming down to make it 2. I believe that we've done an ABC. We're forming an ABC to a 2. This could show differently, and we have to wait and see until we have a clearer picture. But this ABC pattern was actually done very nicely, where this ABC pattern ended at the 100%, and you see that we have it seems like we are turned things around and we're about to go up again. Anything below this point of 0.8884 would say that this count is wrong, and we should revise our count and formation. So stay tuned with that. Let's go to the pound US. Now on the weekly level, you see that we have formed the fourth wave, or the alternative account would be that we have an A, B, C, D, and forming an E here. However, I like this count where the E was formed up here on December of 2012, and from there we've formed a 1. Now we're forming a 2, and we will go down lower. Again, we came very close to this top where our 1 started, and from there you see a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason why I think there is a chance that this could be an alternative triangle, because you could also read this as a ABC of that triangle to go up to make another ABC up here further out and then go down. So we'll wait and see. If at any point we cross this point of 1.63452, we are sure that this count was wrong, and the bulls might actually come in and take this much further up, or we'll see if the alternative longer triangle comes into play. If we go into the hourly, just if we keep with this count of 1 meaning up to a 2, and looking at that further, you see a nice breakdown of all these, and you have all these in your chart analysis every week as we update these, and you might see some changes because the counts do change as we go. Again, they're great roadmaps, and without them I believe every trader would be lost, but at the same time it's not 100% definite and the absolute end of it all. So here we go. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 to a 5 with extremely great breakdown that is very visible and we can count on and rely on, to an ABC forming a 2, and I believe we're in the beginning of the 1, 2, and then we go down. At any point, if we pass 1.62574, we know that this count is no longer valid. We're either making it longer 2 with an A, B, C for the 2, and at any point we pass this high, which would be the 1.62598, we are sure that this count is definitely off, and we need to look into further alternative counts, or see how it's playing out at that point. Thank you for listening to this video analysis for the currencies. You could also check our website for further analysis of the charts, and we'll be back next week for another video analysis with the currencies. You could also check out our video analysis that will cover the Dow, S&P, gold, and the US dollar index. That will be in its place on our website. Thank you, and as always, good fortunes, and be very careful of your trading, and good luck.